Welcome everybody to the Carnivore Cave. Um, right now, I've got my Velowave Prado S bike, and I got the camera mounted to the handlebars. So what you're going to see is a long view bike and walking trails, and I've done several videos on this. I never did a voiceover, so here we are. This is one leg of it. I must have not, well, when I started the ride, I must have forgot that I thought I turned the camera on to record. So, but anyways, starting sort of a couple miles into it. So the bike, Velowave, the settings on the Velowave are you can change the amperage on it. There's what I found out with the Velowave bike, a 750 watt motor, rear hub motor. It has hydraulic disc brakes. It's But you can set in the advanced settings, you can turn down the amp ratings. Now, I found out if you leave the amp ratings up higher, well, the operating amperage rating from this particular bike, the controller, I actually opened up the bottom box where the pedals are. That's where the controller is, and it says on there operating amp range between 12 amps to 25 amps. So it can handle up to 25 amps on this bike. I had it up to 25 and it doesn't really go any faster than 32 miles an hour at the highest amp rating. So I tried to, every time when I tried to pedal it, it was always wanting to go 20 miles an hour. And I didn't want to go that fast, so I dropped it down to 17 amps. It was a little better, and then finally today I dropped it down to 15 amps, just operating amperage, maximum. It's actually called the maximum amp output, and it pretty much gave me about between 12 and 15 miles an hour in pedal assist 1. I've got it set at 5 pedal assists, and it'll still do 28 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. But you can bump down the amperage, and it just won't max out, And it'll go 28 miles an hour, but you can play with the amp settings on this. So, anyways, I did that, and I was able to get it down to like a decent. Pedaling at pedal assist 1 gave me about 12 miles per hour, somewhere around there. I averaged about, I think, 10 miles an hour going up and down hills. I mean, it is kind of a workout. You have to really pedal harder when you go up and down hills because it's not, amp isn't drawing as much, so you literally have to pedal more harder in first gear. So I think I had this in like 3rd or 4th gear or something like that. And first gear is way pedaling too fast. So 4th or 5th, I think is right about that range where you're pedaling, you get resistance. So here I am riding on the trail here, the Guthrie Trail. We're heading towards the Cargill Trail. But anyways, that being set aside, I'm going to get into a little bit of my health and carnivore update. Now, I have been losing weight. I'm down to now 185 pounds, and that to me is like a miracle to me, and I believe God is doing this to me, saved my life twice. And it's sort of the history of me starting the carnivore um, lifestyle. They call it a diet. Lion diet, carnivore. Um, I started out a few years ago. I quit drinking soda pop. I was real big into Dr. Pepper and Pepsis and stuff, and I gave up high fructose corn syrup probably 5 years ago. So I significantly cut out that in my life, and I switched to the ice drink that I show in some of my videos. Now I found out recently this was a sweetener in ice. There's no sugar in no high fructose corn syrup, but there is a thing called lactose, and I couldn't figure out what that was. Well, I guess I found out it's a sweetener that they put in. It's not aspartame or aspartame or any of those other ones. I don't know. I thought it was something else, but it does have minerals and stuff in it, and potassium potential. So I just been drinking that for the last 3 years or so, because I experimented with different um, carbonated waters. Carbonated water itself really doesn't taste that good. It tastes gassy. I didn't want the gas, the gas flavor in there, so I started flavorings and ended up with the ice drinks. I like the black raspberry drink. So that kind of started me about three years ago, and people say, "Oh, you're on the keto diet." I didn't really think I was on the keto diet because I was taking salt out of my diet. I was taking the fat out. So I had been using the George Foreman grill, and I was grilling hamburgers. So I kind of got hooked on hamburgers. I was doing 80-20, and this was like a few years ago, and I didn't even know what the keto diet was. I just started doing this, and I started losing weight. Now this is like 3 or 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago maybe, I can't remember. And this was before I had my congested heart failure. Back in, let's see, it's been almost a year and 2 years and 6 months, about 2.5 years since I had my congested heart failure. And I had been smoking cigarettes. That was one of my problems. But I was smoking 2-3 packs a day. I was really abusing my body. The cigarettes almost nearly killed me. I got pneumonia real bad during the pandemic, the fake COVID, the fake pandemic that. Well, anyways, I went into the hospital. I couldn't breathe. I was having trouble breathing. They said I had COPD really bad, and I was gasping for air, and it was like a really scared the hell out of me there, because you can't breathe. They had to put me in a respirator, and I spent a week in the hospital. I lost a bunch of weight in the hospital, water weight. I was retaining water. And I thought it was the salt. So I gave up. I quit taking salt. But I had been taking fat out of my hamburgers. I was kind of drying out the hamburgers. I thought, well, the fat is going to kill me. So I took the fat out of my diet. I was still eating potatoes and carbs and all that. And I started changing a little more of what I did. I quit smoking, and I got my health back again by cleaning my lungs out, and my heart was still kind of. I gave up all the medications they had me on. It had been 2 years, and then the second year, this year, before that I was feeling pretty good. I had no idea I had problems until February of, 20, 23, 22, 21, 2020, I think it was. 2020, I think it was. I had the congestive heart failure, and 6 months ago, back in February, March this year, somewhere around there. See, March I started the carnivore diet. I heard about it, and I said, oh, okay, I'll start doing this carnivore diet. And I started, and I changed everything. I started cutting carbs out. And I was still kind of taking potatoes. I like potatoes. So I was still eating potatoes and some carbs. I didn't know that much about carbs, what carbs was and where you had are. And I was doing fine. We were started riding our bikes this year. I was doing 6 miles, 7 miles, a couple days a week. And I came home one night after riding, and everything was fine. We went to the store and I ate. And I tried to cut out, we stopped at Burger King, and all I did was had a hamburger. Can't remember what I had. I just had, a sandwich and some fries, I think it was, or I can't remember what it was. And I came home, and I was doing a video, I think. I was out here in my carnivore cave, my man cave. Was doing a video, and I had I didn't know what was wrong. I was sitting there, and my went to scratch my head or something, and my brain cut out for a second there. It was really weird. My hand was down here, but it looked like it was up here, and my brain, it was like a delayed reaction in my brain or something like that. It was really weird. And then my wife said my mouth was drooping on my right side, and I was like, looked like my face was starting to deform. Well, I didn't feel too bad. I was having a speech problem really bad, and I was having trouble swallowing. The next day I got up and I lay down for the night, and he woke up and I was fine, and I still had this droopy face. So like 2 days after that, I went to the hospital and, hey, listen, I think I might have had a stroke. And then they gave me this whole thing. Oh, you could have called us. We could have done this right away. Well, I think it already happened. Could have stopped it. Well, apparently I had a stroke in the brain, and they said it was a stroke. Okay. So I believed them, and they had me on all these medications. I was taking it, blood thinners, anticoagulant, and I was taking all these pills. I'm like, but I started dropping weight though, and during this whole time, I still stuck with the carnivore. I started feeling better and better, and my heart was getting better. And I bought that watch to monitor my heart rate, and I kept monitoring my heart rate. Now my heart rate's normally. Let's see what I get. My heart rate normal runs about 60 something to 79ish. My oxygen levels are between 97 and 99 right now. So the whole time I recovered from the stroke, and now my voice is literally coming back. My mouth isn't drooping. I do have a lot of problems with phlegm build up. Sometimes I found out eating too much cheese causes me to I should have paused this. I don't know why it's sitting there. But anyways, I'm sitting there doing a voiceover. This is the end of the Guthrie Trail, and we're getting ready to go into the Cargill Trail, which is pretty hilly and through here. So I'm waiting on the wife to catch up, I think. I don't know. I thought I should mark this to edit this, but I didn't edit the whole video. But yeah, I just tell you, it's like really, I was way ahead of her. I had caught up with her, and I think I passed her. Of course, this bike goes faster, so I think I'm going to cut this part out. I don't know where does it start here. So about 15.32, 15 seconds, 15 minutes. So here we are coming to the major intersection. Now she's still on the Jetson Atlas, and I'm on the, and she surprisingly kept up with me, mostly with it. The Jetson Atlas, she pedals normally. It's about 10 miles an hour. She pedaling on the little 14-inch tires. These are 3-inch fat tires, so they're not as fast as the Bolt, I think. But it's a lot more comfortable ride, and it's more. I think it's safer than the Jetson Bolt. It's more. The frame design is better. But she was able to keep somewhat keep up with me, and I just kind of kept it down by 12, 12, 14 miles an hour, depends, So here we are going on the Cargill Trail, and it doesn't look like it, but you're going uphill. It's a slow, gradual incline going up this hill here, and I thought she was behind me. I don't know what she was doing. Here I am sitting here going real slow, thinking I thought she was behind me, and I almost turned around. I'm thinking, what the heck? I turned around, and here she is right behind me. She finally caught up, but I don't know what she was doing. But we caught up with her. She caught up with me, and then I kind of just slowly, gradually went up this hill here. But you do get a workout when you had pedal assist 1 on. And I didn't change it to any of those settings. I just left it on pedal assist 1. And I was literally in first gear going up this incline. So, but I'm getting my workouts by doing this, by riding our bikes. And Mary's losing weight. She's down like 15 pounds. So it's working for us. She's slowly going into the low carb diet. She's more of a keto. She likes to have her bread. So we found keto bread at, where did we find? Oh, we found it at Aldi's, the keto bread. So it's like 11 grams, So she's trying to keep her carb content down below 50 milligrams a day. And I think she's like stretching it out. And she's not gaining weight, but she's not really losing weight like I was. But I was really cutting out almost everything, to do it. But I'm sort of like I think I do about 25 grams a day of carbs, because I like potato cakes. I had been buying some of them from the deli at the store. They sell potato wedges. I like the flavor, but they deep fry it in seed oil, so I quit doing that because I don't want seed oils in my life either. So all I do is we have an air fryer. I started cooking hamburgers in the air fryer, and they actually turned out a lot better than George Foreman grill. And I cook the potato pancakes in. They're like little rectangular potato things. You get it like McDonald's and Jack in the Box and stuff, and they charge like $2 for a potato cake. That's pretty outrageous. and it's Yeah, it's cooked in seed oil. So I quit doing that just recently, and I just put it in the air fryer. Yeah, I'll take 11 or a few carbs daily. I'm not stressing about total carnivore, um, because everything has carbs in it. You almost can't get away from it. I'm getting away from sugar because I do not want sugar in my blood. They had me on blood thinners a couple weeks ago. I cut my knuckle, and I could not stop bleeding. It would not stop bleeding. I said, okay, that's enough of these anticoagulants. Because I was taking them from my heart. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't want to. What I found out is that for a stroke, you want your blood to um, well, you want your blood to clog up. I'm trying to figure out the term. You want the blood to clog. You don't want to. If you had a stroke and your brain starts bleeding in there, it won't stop. You can bleed to death inside your brain. So when I cut myself a month ago, I can't remember what. I just quit taking the anticoagulant. I quit taking the aspirin because this is blood thinners. I do not want my brain to bleed out, and I would like it if I did have a stroke. I would want it to clog up a little bit so it doesn't spread. But I don't think all the stuff I've been taking, like sardines and or all the nutrients and minerals that I need. And we have trout. We like trout and salmon bits. Now salmon bites, you can get 6 of them. They got a little bit harder because they're coated, and they're really good. But it's salmon, so I'm getting that omega-3. So I'm getting plenty of the right fats, 80-20 from the hamburgers, and we do eat steaks, and she likes pork. We've been getting I cook bacon. We eat bacon a lot. So we're more over on a high fatty diet, and this is where it's all hillier. But anyways, we're more on a fatty diet, and I've been cutting back on that. I'm not eating as much fatty foods, trying to get my hamburgers, take the fat out a little bit. I want more protein because I'm like dropping weight. I'm only 15 pounds from my BMI. I'm at 186. It's supposed to be like 170, like that, really close to that, to be an optimal weight, BMI. So I'm like really close to that. So my heart's not pumping as hard. I don't have brain fog. I'm speaking better. Um, it's just a way of life that I've adapted for the last. It's got to be. We're looking at the 10th month, so we're looking at 7 months. So 7 times 4 is 21. So we're 21 weeks or whatever it is. I don't know, but I should have logged the date. I probably when I first started putting videos out. So it was when I had a stroke, and we survived the blackout while I was recovering. We spent 5 days. And I did a video on that. Nobody seems to watch that video on how we were out of power during the middle of summer, 90 plus 100-degree weather. In our house, we had our generator running, and we had kept my man cave, the little air conditioner running in here because the dogs were like getting overheated. We have 2 huskies, and they're winter dogs. They're not they're regular dogs. So we kept that running. That's what's kind of saved us from getting overheated. Every time we got overheated, went out and shed for an hour or so and cooled off. But we didn't have that. We was able to have just lights and a fan going. We had no internet, no house. We couldn't run the generator. We couldn't run the AC on the generator because I have a 65 or 100 watt or 5500 watt generator. It just wasn't enough power. But we was able to run lights and fan, some fans and that in there, and I mean we could run the TV. We had the TV going to get local news and stuff. That was about it. But we survived 5 days, and luckily we were prepared. We are preppers, sort of. So we prepared for that. We got through that, and the neighbor helped us. We almost ran out of gas. We had to go. One gas station was open. It had power on it, and they were always busy. But was able to get through it and have some gas left over. We do have to refill all those gas cans. We got like 40 gallons that get filled up. I mean, I have a 26-gallon tank in my truck, in the car, the Lexus, but we were using that for. We didn't go over it do very much, but we did. I did drive around and do some updates on what the situation was and trees down and that. And we did have a tree hit our house. It was bad. Tree hit our house, and earlier in the year, a tree hit the man cave and crushed the roof a little bit, and I had to fix that. And what a pain! But it's been a experience this year. Getting ready to go back to the doctor pretty soon. Hoping I can get him to get me off all these pills, the cardiologist. And I think he's going to be shocked at my weight loss, because I think the last time they weighed me, I was like 230. So I'm like down 50 pounds. So we'll see. Working on this. Now I'm working on these videos, trying to do videos, trying different formats, doing, but this thing here is going back through the cargo trail, and I think I ended it here, but we didn't go do the whole, we did the whole 18 miles, but a lot of this is excess video that I think people have just been bored of. So I just kept, I'm trying to sit here and talk while the whole thing's going so nobody looks so bored. But basically, I sort of started the keto sort of thing 5 years ago. And I think the whole changing the keto and the carnivore now has literally saved my life, along with believe in God. I think God has a big hand in it. I believe there's a purpose for me, for God, from my Lord, why He's getting me in shape again. I don't know if we're going to have some problems in the world here. We want to be ready for it. If we have to go to a revolution or not. And the preps and everything that we've made, hopefully we'll be able to survive. And if it goes nuclear, I don't really want to survive a nuclear war. It would just be pointless to run around, people half dead and dying of radiation poisoning. So I'm just not. I just hope that it happens fast. I don't want to suffer. But I've been suffering the last couple of years, and now I'm suffering and getting better. This is like really weird. I've had major heart problems, major issues in my body, And I feel like I'm back in my 20s right now. I'm a little concerned, that it might, strike me from behind, and I'm not because that's what happened with stroke. But I believe that I've corrected that with my diet. Um, Now the heart feels a lot stronger. My blood pressure is normal. Um, and my heart rate doesn't go up too high. I think the highest I got was 110 when I'm really pumping the bike. Because when you're going uphill, you're using your muscles, and I mean I can feel it, pumping away, and it kind of scares me. So I'll back down. I don't want to push myself. I don't want to have I don't want to have a damn heart attack. Trying to get well. Well, anyways, thanks for listening to me jabber on about my life, and everything's great right now. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the view. Um, have a nice day. Enjoy.